Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you guys for tuning in again. I'm surprised to find you here, all right? But let's go ahead and check this one out. Today, we got the Police with Spirits in the Material World. I got to tell you guys, I think you know. I think you've caught on to me, all right? I love the Police. I love Sting. Don't tell my wife, okay? I do love other people. Sting, where you at? Where you at? All right, so I'm loving what I've been listening to these guys. So I appreciate the donation request for this one because I know that I'm excited to get in here and hear what else they have to offer. I've heard quite a few songs now combined with Sting and the Police, and I'm really, I think they probably have the global status that I feel they deserve. I don't know, right? I don't know the overall standing of all these groups that I hear. I just know sometimes I'm introduced to a group that I've never heard of before by name, title, song, and I'm just surprised because it's so good. Now, Sting and the Police, I've heard their names before, so I know that they have to be kind of understood in the world of music, all right? There's definitely people that know them. All right, sorry, I had a phone call coming through, but yeah, and it seems like that recognition to me is understood and deserved because everything I've heard from them has just been absolute fire. All right, but today we're going to dive into Spirits in the Material World. Let's go ahead and read off the donation request. This is, "Hi, Sean. I would love for you to react to my favorite Police song, Spirits in the Material World. My best memory of this song was when I was on the dance floor and I couldn't find the beat of the song to dance to. This guy I'd never met in my life came over to me and he said in my ear, just follow the bass. And he proceeded to sing the bass line in my ear until I caught it and moved with it. I hope you like it." Yo, that's a good memory. Not a memory I would have because I don't really hit the dance floor. If I did, it'd probably be face first. Okay, so that's why I stay off the dance floor. But truthfully, me and my wife just haven't ever really been the clubbing type, I guess. Maybe she would be. I wonder. We don't really talk about the clubs. I know places I like to go with her is like the movies or, out to eat and stuff like that. But we love music. We go to concerts. So, hey, that's a plus. All right, that's a plus right there. But let's go ahead and dive in and take a listen to the Police. I'm glad you caught your steps. So I will keep the bass in mind if I don't find the rhythm here. I know what you mean. Sometimes songs I do have a hard time finding the rhythm. Sometimes there's some weird tempos going on that I don't quite understand how to follow. But let's go ahead and get into this one, Spirits in the Material World. Thank you guys for being here today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description, and consider becoming a member by hitting that join button down below. Great way to support the channel if you guys enjoy the content. Let's go. That bass is funky. Did he see the future?
They subjugate the meek, but it's the rhetoric of failure. We are spirits in the material world. Our spirits in the material world. Our spirits in the material world. Our spirits in the material world.
Gosh.
Where does the answer lie? Living from day to day.
So cool. I love it.
If it's something we can buy, there must be another way. We are spirits in the material
Oh wow. Oh man. All right, my only problem with this song, and it's a big problem, is that he stopped. All right, I want to keep hearing the music, and I want to keep hearing Sting talk about this subject. It's a deep one. It's not one that I will, you know, talk your ear off about. But my gosh, man, I mean, it's like, wow, how relevant is this? Or relevant? Sorry, how relevant this is to times that we are in. So crazy, man. I think uh it's important what he's talking about. I think it gets easier for, as he says, our so-called leaders, whoever that is across the world. Everyone's got a boss, right? Everyone's got a boss. Even our so-called leaders have a boss. They have an agenda that they have to follow due to someone else, pulling the strings. That's the way I feel. You can feel indifferent about it. That's the way I feel. But it gets easier for these elites to really push their narratives, especially with how much we rely on the internet nowadays. We're all getting on the online to get our information, to connect with others who feel the way we do, to see, well, who's winning the argument, who's winning the fight, how many people are backing this cause. And the waters get more muddy because the people with money, right, can influence that now with pushing tons of bots online. AI is going to make it even easier to dilute the waters. So it's just crazy. I understand completely where Sting's coming from, police is coming from with this, but it also just expands my mind on the topic of, oh man, this is getting messy, and it's just going to get messier. He talks about, like, the Constitution. Really, what does that mean? What does that mean? And that's even more so, right, when you've got leaders who are willing to shove that aside, and their followers are willing to say, hey, yeah, away with that. That's always been the backbone of our nation. Now, away with that. Let's just do things how we want. It sucks, right? And that's kind of like, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, can he see the future? You know what I mean? Can he see the future? Politics suck, man. I wish we lived in a world where we could all just get along. I try to really focus on the things that I have in common with my friends and stuff, because there's, the areas that we don't have in common are politically driven, and it sucks because it masks the good in a person that you would be able to see if you weren't so clouded by your stance on, something that probably doesn't even affect your life one way or the other, actually. So it's kind of sucks. So sorry to go off on that tangent, but that comes back to the title, Spirits of the Material World. I like that title because it kind of means to me that once it's all said and done, and we are out of this world, this is the material world, but our spirits will carry on to somewhere else, and hopefully that's where, the fruits of our labor await us. All right, is wherever our spirits will go. So that's the reminder to me on this song, is, hey, we're just spirits here on this material world, and through all this confusion, chaos, and destruction, once we're gone, maybe things can be better. Maybe things can be better. We'll go ahead and see with that. But as far as the groove, they did not disappoint again. The groove is there. The funk is there. It is such a nice song. That bass line is actually so wicked, but it wasn't just a bass. It was also when he got up there on them keys. That sounded so good. That drum has so much snap to it. I've got to be honest. When it came to the guitar, I have a hard time actually deciphering where that guitar fell. I could see my man playing his butt off over here, but I don't know, maybe it was just like so caught in tune because the bass was wicked, the keys was wicked, and that drum had so much pop to it, I'm telling you. So yeah, I was caught up on that, but just another great song. Just another great song from these guys. I feel like I'm going to have an endless discography to be able to dive into with Sting and the Police. That's just going to put me on such a joyful ride. That's the way I'm feeling right now, and I'm looking forward to it. So I appreciate this donation request. Thanks so much. Let's learn a little bit more about the song. All right, so right here we got Spirits in the Material World, released in 1981 from Sting. He is the songwriter. Well, it's from the Police, but Sting's the songwriter on this one. All right, so it's the Spirits in the Material World is a song by the British rock trio The Police, written by Sting. It's hard to remember they're just a trio, though. When if I wasn't watching the video and just saw three gentlemen up there, and I just listened to this on the radio or on, my headset, whatever, it would sound like so much more people. It really does. It doesn't sound like a three-piece, and I think that's always a joy when a three-piece can do that. I mean, it's a real chest pump to the bands that have 5 people, 6 people. Seriously, it sounds so good. The opening track for their 1981 album Ghost in the Machine, it was released as a single in 1981. It reached number 12 in the UK, number 11 in the US. All right, 1982. Spirits in the Material World was written by Sting on a Casio keyboard while in a truck. It was his first experience using a synthesizer. Spirits in the Material World was written on one of those Casio keyboards while I was riding in the back of a truck somewhere. I just tap, 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 and there it was just by accident. I wish I could accidentally have amazing musical talent. I wish I could just, yeah, it was by accident that I just came out with this awesome song. Like, dude, I could never say that. What the heck? Man, life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. That is awesome, though. That was the first time I'd ever touched a synthesizer. Man, I touched a guitar like 50 times and it sounded like crap every time. Come on, Sting. You know how bad you're making me feel right now? Dude, that sucks. All right, well, that's my life. Live performances. The band performed the song live during the Ghost in the Machine and Synchronicity. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I have a hard time with like a word like that. Tours, the latter of which was included on their live album, and it was also included on their first North American set list during their reunion tour. Since the dissolution of the Police, Sting has often performed the song on solo tours. So the Police don't do things together anymore? Oh, I wonder why that is. But it sounds like Sting is still out on some solo tour. Sting, lead, backing vocals, bass guitar, synthesizer, saxophone. Oh my gosh, he's doing a lot. Andy Summers, guitar and synthesizer. Stuart Copeland, drums. And Olaf Kubler, saxophone on Low Life. I don't know what that means. Something... Oh, okay, so it's saying Low Life. It's a different song on this 7-inch. It's part song 2 or side 2, maybe. So okay, there was another song. I was hoping to give a little bit more of his feelings on what he was talking about because I feel like this song's so deep. The lyrics comment on the nature of man's existence and the failure of his earthly institutions. Yeah, dude, I get it. I get it, man. I wish you would. You know, I like hearing a figure like this who makes a song like this. I'd like to get more of his ideas behind it. I think there could be a lot of powerful things for him to say on it, but it wasn't included on here, and that's okay. So I appreciate the donation request. Thank you so much, guys. Try to stay sane out there, all right? Try to stay positive. Try to stay happy. It's hard. We can do it, though, all right? So thank y'all for being here today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description. Let me know if there's more from the Police or Sting that you guys want me to check out, all right? Appreciate y'all being here. See you on the next one, man. Peace.